All right. Hey, folks. Hope everybody's having a good snowstorm out there. Good, let's say Sunday evening to you. We just missed that field goal, 63 yards. I was outside with Dave here. We're just looking at the game here. It's halftime, of course, as promised. We figured we'd pop on here, give a little storm update. Imagine if he hit that, Borogalis, if he hit that 63-yarder. That would have been huge momentum going here. But exciting game going on. Let's take a little break and talk a little bit about the weather. Everything seems to be pretty much on track. We're expecting about 12 to 18 inches of fluffy snow. It's going to be a respectable storm. Not a blizzard, but snowfall totals are up there in some spots. And this will be something to keep an eye on overnight. There'll be some spots, especially down to coastal York County, seacoast, New Hampshire, that could approach about 2 feet of snowfall there. And most of our snowfall, I can't stress this enough, most of our accumulating snow will be between the hours of about 6 p.m. and about 2 a.m. After that, we'll have on and off light snow throughout the day tomorrow, but I do not think that we're going to have really any heavy bands beyond that. We have a lot to discuss, so let's jump into it. No big changes, and actually no changes in what we have for the forecast. We're expecting a solid 12 to 18 inches for most of the area here, so this will be a fluffy snow. Best chance for getting upwards of over 20 inches of snow will be down in here. Specifically down towards like the Berwicks, Arundel area, Kennebunkport, down to Portsmouth, Elliott, Seacoast, New Hampshire. There'll be a little coastal front that sets up, and along that boundary, we're expecting some real heavy bursts of snow there. There's a live look at our Naples Skycam. It is 4 for an air temperature right now. Traffic seems to be moving along just fine. I want to show you the time lapse as the snow starts to pile up there on 302 on the causeway. And there it goes. Look at that. Kind of cool to see those time lapses. All right, where are the heavy bands right now? Well, there's actually a decent little band getting into York County, and maybe we can stop this. Actually, we'll stop it in the next frame. But I want to show you the temperature setup. We are in the single digits still, and I expect us to stay there tonight. That's why it's going to be so fluffy here. With the air temperatures this cold, we should be looking at one of the fluffier snows we've had over the last several years. It's not going to be like the snow we had just a few nights ago. Remember that? We had no wind with that one. There was a lot of air in the 4 inches of snow, 3 inches of snow that some areas got. There'll be a little bit of a breeze developing tonight, and that's just enough to get a little wind pack. And sometimes you get a little chaos going in the atmosphere with those snowflakes clashing into each other or colliding into each other, and you get more needles as opposed to actual flakes. So we're going to get 20-to-1 ratios. Probably not, but we could get 18-to-1 ratios of liquid to snow. So that's something to watch overnight. And there's that band I wanted to show you. We're looking at some of the heavier stuff, actually right over Portland right now. This goes over to Harpswell, Casco Bay area. This extends, looks like back to Gorham, Standish, perhaps, into northern York County. So a decent little band right there. And there are heavier bands off to our south, and that will be moving through between the hours of about 6 p.m. and about 2 a.m. in that window. That will be our heaviest snowfall. As far as snowfall rates, that could get quite interesting as well. Snowfall rates will be about 1 to 2 inches per hour. I'm not going to rule out some spots getting 3 inches per hour, especially in York County and Seacoast, New Hampshire. It stays cold. We're in the single digits. This is about 6 o'clock tonight. We're just getting into some of the heavier stuff. Notice those darker shades of blue. That includes mid-coast Maine, going right up to Sebago Lake. If you're watching us from Augusta, Lewiston, Auburn area, Waterville region, you'll get into some decent bands of snow overnight, but the heaviest out of the storm is probably going to be right down in here tonight. And I'll show you why. What's happening here, there's a coastal front that's setting up, and this may actually develop across the peninsulas and islands as well, across mid-coast Maine, but most notably will be perhaps coastal southern Cumberland County, more so York County, and down to Seacoast, New Hampshire. Now, it's along this boundary you start to get the winds, they come together, and then you get rising air, and you have increased snowfall amounts, usually just on the west side of the coastal front. So you see 21 degrees there in Portsmouth, Portland 9 degrees. This is just one high resolution model trying to project where that coastal front is going to set up. So that's why I think just inland in York County and southern York County, that's why the Berwicks are in this, just inland in Seacoast, New Hampshire, this is probably going to be our peak snowfall amounts. I think there'll be some spots around 2 feet there. Notice at 1 a.m., the heavier bands are starting to shift east. And I suspect by 2 o'clock in the morning, The heaviest snowfall is gone. I think we're highlighting 6 p.m. to about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. In fact, the snow may stop for a little while tomorrow morning. So we may just have a couple hours, just cloudy conditions before it picks up again. And even then, it's not going to pick up all that much during the day. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have some on and off light snow throughout the afternoon. We'll probably get an additional 1 to 3 or something like that late in the day. But again, I can't stress this enough. The heaviest bands will be overnight and probably moving out by 2 a.m. Now, what's happening tomorrow evening, it gets a little interesting here. There's some upper air support, and we call a little inverted trough that's swinging through. So I think we'll see another burst of snow that will probably bring with it another couple inches of snow during the evening and early nighttime hours. So if you think we're all over with tomorrow or midday tomorrow, which will lighten up, we have another burst that comes through in this window right here. And we'll probably get another couple inches in spots here through about maybe 10 p.m. on your Monday, 10 or 11 o'clock on your Monday. And we'll clear things out after midnight finally tomorrow night. All right, this is kind of cool. These are snowfall rates. You hear us often talk about snowfall rates. Are we going to see 1 inch per hour? Could we see 2 inches per hour? The answer to that is absolutely. In fact, we may actually get a few spots around 3 inches per hour. And if we do, it's probably going to be right in here. You see that indicated by the darker shades of blue. We highlighted the Berwicks here. You had just inland here in coastal York County. That looks to be, as you go to Biddeford, Saco, just west, I'm going to go anywhere from Dayton to Alfred to Arundel area, a lot of the A's right there, all the way south down into Berwick, North Berwick, South Berwick. Those areas right there are probably going to be the areas to watch in the coming hours because we could see snowfall rates. We probably will see snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour in that little burst right there. This is 7:30. So again, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And notice some of the heavier bursts are still kind of lingering in that region for snowfall rates that we just highlighted, but we're getting decent snowfall rates off to the north as well. 1 to 1.5 inches per hour. This is just a model, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think it's onto it. Notice how the snowfall rates drop off significantly around 2:30 in the morning. So if you work for a plow crew, I think things are going to improve considerably after 2 o'clock in the morning. In fact, they may improve as soon as about 1:30 in the morning. And it looks like tomorrow the snow is probably going to wind down for a couple hours, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. We'll just have some clouds for a little while. It might get flurries or light snow here and there. And if we do get any more decent bursts of snow, notice snowfall rates here around 0.5 inch an hour. It probably comes between 6 p.m. and about 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So Monday night, this one last burst will be making its way through. The other big weather story is, the wind here. We have some winds. They're sustained around 10 miles per hour right now. Notice it's not a huge deal, but we will get some gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So that's why I don't think it's going to be the most efficient, fluffy snow that we can sometimes get. You get, a little wind pack here and there. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning. That will probably produce some drifting, and snowfall totals or recording some of the snowfall amounts may actually be a little bit of an adventure as we have those winds kind of creating some drifts. But yeah, respectable little snowstorm. Let's call it a big snowstorm is moving through the area tonight. This is 4:30 in the afternoon. That wind is diminishing considerably there. All right, snowfall amounts. If you're just joining us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, this is the same map that meteorologist Ryan Munn showed you last night. Really down towards, I'd say from South Portland down to Old Orchard Beach, Biddeford, Saco, all the way down to Kennebunkport, York, Ogunquit Wells, maybe Sanford. These areas right here will probably get the jackpot. And to be more specific, it's probably just 10 miles away from the coast. So that's why I want to highlight areas like Elliott, the Berwicks, maybe Alfred, perhaps Arundel, right in there. That's the sweet spot for the heaviest snowfall. And for the rest of us, it's probably just a general 12 to 18 inches. One other thing to keep an eye on, if you live across some of the peninsulas and islands, we'll have to watch where that coastal front sets up, because I could see a situation where some of those areas as well perhaps get into some of those 20-inch plus snowfall amounts if that coastal front sets up properly, and there's enough moisture, of course. Included the plus here. I think there'll be some spots that I just highlighted that will get around 2 feet of snow out of this one. So that's what we're shooting for snowfall here. Tomorrow, whatever falls is very light during the day, morning and early afternoon. Might get another couple inches during the evening and early nighttime hours, but I would say 90% of our snowfall is going to be tonight through about 2 o'clock in the morning. It's just on and off light snow tomorrow. And then after that, no big storms, but it stays chilly. I dropped temperatures a little bit, or I brought temperatures down, to 10 to 15 degrees below zero for Thursday night. And it looks like we're 10 degrees below zero Tuesday night. That's with a fresh snowpack. I could see a situation where it stays that cold at night and daytime highs may have a hard time recovering, but we're probably looking at temperatures there next week staying pretty chilly. We're probably looking at temperatures staying below freezing through the rest of the month. Did I show you the storm tracker? Yeah, there we go. There's the storm tracker. Notice those darker shades of blue. So if you're just joining us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, that's what we're looking at with some of the heaviest stuff coming through at about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock tonight. As far as driving goes tonight, it's going to be tough. 6 p.m. to about midnight, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. I am fully prepared for probably one of the top 3 worst drives home tonight after the 11 o'clock news for the last 21 years that I've been working here. So we'll see. Take it slow if you're out driving tonight. It's going to be there'll be some heavy bands of snow. Not only are we talking about snow on the roads, just visibility may be very tough with some of those heavy bands. All right, let's bring in some of your questions here. Let's see. Actually, maybe we can get Dave involved too. Actually, we have David, our sports director, right behind me. Let's see if he's available. And maybe he can come over. Oh, he's coming in. All right. I knew he wanted to talk about the Patriots. I know a lot of you guys are probably talking amongst yourselves about the first half here. I don't know. Look, I was psyched about the fumble at least. Come on in, Dave.
All right, Charlie.
All right. We have David, everybody. We're watching the Patriots. We're watching the Broncos. So what are you thinking, Dave, for the game here? Was that a fumble going for? It looked like the tuck rule for a minute, but
yeah. It was definitely a backwards pass. That's what they officially called it. And if the whistle hadn't been blown, Charlie, that would have been a touchdown. Yeah, obviously, 2 plays later, Drake May ran it in. So, for as bad as the Patriots have played, it's a 7-7 game. So I think hopefully the best is still yet to come for the Patriots. But Denver's played really well, and Jared Stidham has played pretty good other than that play.
Yeah. Right. We've seen him make a few rookie mistakes too, though, trying to throw the ball away. And
it's been he hasn't thrown a pass all year, and it's been a few years. So hopefully Pats will pull this one out and head to the Super Bowl. But we've got a Super Bowl of a storm coming.
We do,
and a heck of a football game going on right now.
Well, I have my lucky Patriots tie, Dave.
There you go.
I've had this tie. I think I wear it during every Patriots game. I've had this through at least 2004. I think I wore this in the 05 blizzard. But yeah, it's
a lucky tie.
Patriots don't lose when I wear this tie.
That they hear it first, folks. We got to win in the can here for the Patriots. And this guy's been busy all day.
Sure.
And Charlie, I'm gonna just throw you a great compliment because I think you're the best in all of New England. But you said the snow was going to start around 2 o'clock, and as I was driving into work, it was snowing. You hit it perfect.
Appreciate that, Dave. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Drive slow out there, folks. Hopefully you're not driving. Watch the football game. We'll have the weather and the sports for you coming up at 6:30.
Can you imagine if they had this at Gillette today? 2 inches snowfall rates that would be something.
We'd be down there.
It'd be the biggest snow game
ever,
I think, ever in NFL history.
Because the one against the Raiders during the first Super Bowl championship, that was a bad snowstorm, but it was 7-8 inches. This would have dwarfed that.
This would have been fun.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
See you, folks.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring Dave in later tonight, too. All right, folks. Let's bring in some of your questions right now. Let's bring back the snowfall map here. If you're just joining us, you might be wondering, okay, how much are we going to get? There are those snowfall rates. Let's bring in the map right there. There we go. All right, so Barbara says, they're playing horrible. Boy, yeah, they could be playing a little bit better. I kind of wish they went out a little bit earlier to acclimate to the elevation, but so yeah. Oh, snowing there now. Oh, interesting. It is. Huh. Look at that. Dave has it on in the sports office here, but maybe I'll check that out in a few minutes. Ah, yes, Kim. It's going to bring good luck. Thank you. Do you expect schools and businesses to close tomorrow? Probably. I think a lot of schools will, just for the amount of snow overnight. I think a lot of schools have already called. It's not going to snow a lot during the day, though, Bob. I think it's probably just on and off light snow. In fact, the morning will probably just be a little bit of snow, maybe flurries at times, but it picks up again later in the day, evening into the night. How much snow in Berwick, Maine? If anyone sees 2 feet of snow, I think you have a pretty good shot at it, Colin, in Berwick. What time is the snow supposed to start? Heaviest stuff moves out, Nicole, by 2 a.m., 1 to 2 a.m. But after that, it's probably just on and off light snow throughout the day on Monday. I would say 90% of our snowfall is between now and 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. It's a fumble. The officials messed it up. All right. I know for a minute, it looked like I was just watching on Apple TV's Dynasty, where the Brady Tuck rule came about, and I was like, it just had that look for a minute, but I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention to it. I was working on the forecast. Storm, Bryant, 10 p.m. Monday. Storm, 10 p.m. Monday night. Storm Bryson. I don't know what you mean, Allison. Storm Bryson. Drop me another message when you have a sec, please. Thank you. Good evening from Stash. Hey, Chris. Good evening to you. Defense that should have been a touchdown. I'm with you. Patriots offense is hard. Yeah, they could be playing a little bit better. Angel, go Pats. You got it. Can't believe you've been there for 21 years. Thanks, Becky. 21 years. Yeah. Let's see. Hi from Booth Bay Harbor. Charlie, snowing here. All right. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate that. Thanks for the update. Love to get more updates tonight. So if you have your snowfall amount, just send it my way. We'll do another one of these updates tonight. I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. Let's do 8 o'clock. I think 8. Well, hold on. We have a broadcast after the Pats game. Why don't we do it at halftime of the NFC game? All right, we'll do it at halftime of the NFC game. That's the plan. Scarborough, you didn't mention it, but I think it's a bullseye. Yeah, you're right, Susan. You're right. How did I skip over the Red Storm? Scarborough, absolutely. Scarborough's in it. 16 to 22. Sounds lovely. Scarborough's in that bullseye. Yes. 3 in Limerick. All right. Thanks for the report, Gabriel. Thank you very much. AK intermission. You got it. It's time for a quick weather update at halftime. How much snow in Berwick, Maine? Colin? All right. We just talked about that. Close to, if we see 2 feet, it's probably in your area. Greetings from Saco. All right. Hello. Saco should be get a good snowfall amount there. I think the heaviest might be just south of you, David. So I hope you're probably out plowing. So good luck tonight and tomorrow. Heaviest moves out of your area at 1:30 in the morning. 1:30. In Standish, we got about that. All right, good to know. Thank you very much, Donald. What time does it end Monday? Heaviest moves out around 2 a.m., Frank, and it's on and off light snow throughout the day Monday. Another burst comes in Monday evening, and it moves out by midnight Monday night. So probably get another couple inches with that second burst tomorrow night. 2 inches in Buxton. All right, Kim, appreciate that. Go Pat. Sharon says, another curse of living in New York. You're gonna get, New York is a beautiful spot, Becky. Come on, every now and then you get big snowfall, and I hope you enjoy the snow. Eastport snowfall totals. Yeah, Eastport's probably in the lower end of the 12 to 18. You're probably around a foot, Kyle. Eastport. South Portland, that's close. South Portland. My guess is you get around 17 to 18 or 19, somewhere in there. 17, 18. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that, bud. Saco is watching. Thank you very much. Angela, what time will it end? It ends tomorrow night. Alfie. So probably about late tomorrow night. All right. 2 inches per hour in Standish. All right. Good to know. Thank you very much. Okay. I'll go back to hibernation. March. Yes. When will it come back? Bill Kennedy. When will the sun come back? Tuesday. Tuesday, you'll get sun in the morning, Bill. And then the afternoon's cloudy. So, I hear some clapping out there. We should probably end this pretty soon because everybody wants to go back to the game. Be safe, Charlie. Thank you very much. Andrea, thank you very much for checking in. All right, guys. Let's see what else we have here. Jenny, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thanks for checking in. From Sanford, Damien. Hello. Yeah, Damien, you'll get some heavy snow tonight. How about Rangeley? Rangeley 8 to 12. Up your way, Jeremy. Ski Resort's going to love this. Going up to Saddleback. That'll be good. Rangeley area. What would you say foot for totals in Portland's Back Cove? Oh, Portland's Back Cove. You're in the upper end of the 12 to 18, I think, Stuart. Yeah, I think that works. Hoping for less than 2 feet. I know you are, Becky. Okay. Yeah, you might. I bet you'll be, I don't know. You might get over 20. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, all right. Starting Skowhegan, 3 to 4 in Sanford, Katie says. Wonderful news. Will it be fluffy? Absolutely. All snow. And it'll be a fluffy snow. A little bit windblown closer to the coast. Dresden. All right. Thanks for checking in from Dresden, Bruce. Hello from Melbourne. All right, Justin, you're rubbing it in now. Melbourne, Florida. Oh, man, that sounds nice. Thank you for checking in tonight. Do you think we'll lose power in Gorham? No. That's something we haven't talked about is power. Due to the fluffy nature, I don't think it's going to stick to the trees. If there was a heavy wet snow and had some icing involved in it, associated, similar to some of the states to our south, we would get some wind. It would be enough for some outages, but I don't think that's the case. It's going to be a fluffy snow. We're not getting the snowfall conditions and the sleet conditions, the freezing rain conditions that they're getting to our south. So all snow here in Maine. It's cold. It's cold to ground and cold aloft. There's no snow so far in Madison. You know what? People keep on checking in with that. Let's just check at the radar real quick. Here's the radar. Let's come back here. There it is right there. So it's coming in. The leading edge of that up in Madison, Matt, might be just not hitting the ground just yet because the atmosphere is very, very dry. You get chapped lips. That's the reason. Running the heat. All right. Look at the temperatures, too. Live in Leamington and work in Bath. Oh, live in Leamington, Jim. Okay, work in Bath. Tomorrow looks to be a good day to stay. Yeah, I think so. I mean, the good news is, Jim, the heavy stuff's moving out overnight. So if you're traveling tomorrow, I think the road crews will be able to get out there and make it passable. But I mean, the roads will be snow covered in the morning. Absolutely. But the heavy stuff's gone by sunrise. Yep. All right. Snow in Durham. I don't know, Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Expecting about jackpot area. I don't think Buxton's a jackpot area, but you'll get a lot of snow still. Probably, I don't know, 15 to 18, somewhere in there. That's my guess. All right. All right. Storm Bryant asked when it's going to stop. Well, it looks like it's going to stop probably tomorrow night, Allison. I still don't know what Storm Bryant is. Maybe I'm missing something. Is that someone's name? Or maybe that's what the Weather Service is calling this storm. I don't know. I know some people name storms. 1 to 18 inches. Yeah, you got it. It's probably 1 to 18. Put another 2 behind that 1, Matt. School buses and snowmobile. Oh, the snowmobile is going to love this, Frank. If school buses had snowmobile tracks, school would not have been. Yeah, imagine that. That would be funny. You're welcome, Nicole. Snowing here now, Lisa says. Playing. Yeah, they are playing horrible. All right, we're getting back to the game. All right, let's head back to the game. Thank you guys for hopping on here. There's still a couple hundred of you. At one point, I saw about 600 people on here. So thanks for checking in. Hope everybody got the information they wanted. If you're still looking for snowfall amounts, I think we're in good shape. Let's take a look at those real quick. Those are the winds. We had Dave Eden here, sports director. What a night. That was fun. All right. So foot to 18 inches for most of you. And the jackpot potentially over 20 inches, approaching 2 feet, will be out in coastal York County. All right. We'll leave it at that tonight. I guess, tentatively, let's talk about doing another one of these at the NFC halftime. And yeah, we'll hop on here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on our digital studio. All right, folks. Have a nice night. Go Pats. And again, lucky ties here. So I think we're in good shape. Take care.